Good morning, For Sam Buffaloes. It's Miss Barron here, and I wanted to hop on and talk about our story that we started last week about the brain. We started learning about how amazing our brain was. If you remember, our story was flipping a lid, my brain, and my feelings. And so last week we learned about one part of the brain. That part of the brain was the front part, and it's called our wise owl, PFC. That's our frontal lobe, which is right here in the brain. And that's where we can make good choices. That's where we can stay calm and be the best version of ourselves, okay? But sometimes when we are overwhelmed or worried or stressed, we do what is called flip a lid. And so when this happens, our wise owl is not working anymore, and that causes us to maybe get in trouble or make a bad choice, or cause us to worry or get overwhelmed even more. And so we need to learn how to keep our wise owl intact in our brain and keep working during times of stressful events or when we're overwhelmed or worried. So today we are going to learn about another important part of our brain because, guys, our brain is amazing. And so the second part of our brain, so you've got your wise owl, the second part of our brain is going to be right here in the palm of our hand. And so remember, we're using a hand model to show the brain, but if we were looking at the brain, this part of the brain, and I'll kind of show you, I have a little picture here. The part of the brain that we're going to be talking about today is not right there. It's going to be right in here. So this is your back part of your brain, and this is called the hippocampus. That's a pretty cool word. So everybody say hippocampus. That is where the elephant is, okay? So this is the part we're going to be talking about today. And so let's talk about what the hippocampus does. And so if we look right here, it says, meet your hippocampus. And when you say it, you got to say it like that. I am the memory saver of your brain. I save new memories and bring out your old memories. I also help you learn. So I would say that the hippocampus is a very important part of your brain. Don't you agree? I agree too. Pretend you are listening to your teacher describe the assignment. Then when it's time to do it, you do everything that she said and complete it correctly. That's your memory saver, hippocampus, that helped you make this happen. So here we're going to practice it because we're doing a hand model, but it says open your hand. Your palm is where your memory saver would be. And so if we were to open our hand, remember the wise L goes over your thumb, but if we were to open it, this right here is going to be where your hippocampus is, or back here, okay? All right. Let's go to the next one. And so here is the last one for today. It says, what do you want your memory saver to help you with? And so here's a question for you, friends. If you answer this, just answer either under the Facebook link or under the YouTube. I've already had some answer my question from last week. And guys, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing your answer. But this is the second part of the brain that we learned. It is your hippocampus. And this is the question I would like for you to answer. What do you want your memory saver or your hippocampus to help you with? All right, that's important. So we've just learned two important parts of the brain. Last week we talked about our wise owl and how important that was. And then today we learned about the memory saver, which is your hippocampus, okay? Short one today. Next week's going to be a little longer because I'm going to introduce a new part of the brain, your third part of the brain that helps us function. And so I'll see you next week, guys. A couple things. You're important. You matter. I care about you, and I'm missing you big, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.